Hello, I am here to talk about the allure of and repulsion to female sexual expression in music. Throughout history, sex was not a widely discussed topic in popular music, and studies like the one conducted by P. Cougar Hall, Joshua H. West, and Shane Hill in 2012 show that sexual content in music made by women went up from 0% in 1959 to 14.3% in 2011. Sexuality, especially female-driven expressions of sexuality, has not dominated music for a very long time, but it has made waves throughout the general population whenever a popular song made by a woman was a little too provocative, usually garnering more attention than male artists making similar music. Today, I am here to talk about different instances where songs with female sexual expression have gained popularity and shaken the public, causing initial shock and disgust, and then leading to acceptance and empowerment as deeper messages were uncovered within the songs and the reflections of the masses. In a study published in 2022 called There's Some Whores in This House, an explanation of female sexuality in R&B/hip-hop and pop music, 1991 through 2021, researchers explored the progression of female sexuality in R&B/hip-hop and pop music across 2 decades. They discussed how expressions of female sexuality were fraught with the duality of expressing desire while also having to convey the message in a socially acceptable manner. They zeroed in on R&B/hip-hop and pop because of how these genres encompassed most popular music and compared their relationships with female sexuality across the period of 1991 through 2021. The researchers analyzed the top 5 albums by female artists on the Billboard US Top R&B/Hip-Hop Albums Year-End chart for hip-hop/R&B music and the Billboard US Top 200 Albums chart for pop music, as Billboard did not produce a top pop album chart. Songs that overlapped were not placed in the hip-hop/R&B chart. The researchers then thematically coded these songs into categories surrounding sex and pleasure to identify themes common across both subsamples and themes that were unique to R&B/hip-hop or pop music. The results of the study showed similarities and differences in attitudes of R&B/hip-hop and pop songs towards topics such as promiscuity, female agency, and metaphorical and future sex. Some findings from the study were that in pop music, messages around female sexuality was centered around Judeo-Christian values of virginity prior to marriage, while R&B/hip-hop focused more on autonomy and pleasure in regards to female sexual expression. An artist that closely fits the model of the innocent, virginal, good girl gone bad persona displayed within the section of the study covering pop music is Sabrina Carpenter. She started her music career under Disney's Hollywood Records after acting in Disney Channel shows such as Girl Meets World. Her image as a pop star was associated with childlike innocence and girlhood due to her association with Disney. She released songs like Thumbs and Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, and albums such as Eyes Wide Open. The music she released was about pretty tame topics such as falling in and out of teenage love, friendship, growing up, and her general musings on the world. In 2021, she moved to Island Records, a label not associated with Disney, and released Emails I Can't Send, an album exploring a more mature, grown-up Sabrina Carpenter. The album wasn't that sexual, but the most popular song from this album was Nonsense, filled with playful innuendo and most remembered for hilarious outros, with lines like, "My sense of humor is, but I am not dry." This, of course, is one of the tamer examples. Carpenter released Short and Sweet, her 6th studio album, in 2024, containing songs such as Taste, Juno, and Bedchem, which also focused on sexuality and also became really popular due to their cheeky lyrics. Unfortunately, exploring sexuality in her music has led to backlash. But her response was, "You'll still get the occasional mother that has a strong opinion on how you should be dressing." And to that I just say, don't come to the show and that's okay. Essentially, as one of today's artists, Sabrina Carpenter has provided a wonderful example of how the modern musician is free to express herself through playful lyrics and clap back at her haters when she needs to. Thank you.